Good morning, all of you. Am I audible? Is the streaming fine? Is the voice clear? Good morning, all of you. Good morning, Harsh, Anshu, Monalisha, Navya. I hope the voice is clear, the streaming is fine. A very, very, very good morning, Bache. So, where are we? We are in the subject of geography. I am starting off with the subject of geography. And let's say this is our lecture number 1. Okay. So I think I have done the orientation. Okay, I can see the charts in the YouTube section as well. UPSC Sparkle, good morning. Preetham Gujar, good morning. Clear voice, it is fine. Fine. Adventure act. Okay. Now we'll start off with geography. For some of you, I believe I have given the introduction. I have given the introduction of geography yesterday. For some of us, we will start off with the introduction of geography. Let us get first things clear. Okay, all of you. Okay, we will conduct the orientation again. Okay. Yes, Harsha Saha, I will give you the idea about geography. We will conduct the orientation session. Srinath, don't worry. Yes, the class has started. We will do it, Priyanka Bhimte. We will do it, Priyanka Bhimte. Rohit, we will do it again for you. Now, so I'll not start off with the topic as of now. First, let's go for the orientation of who is who. Okay, who is who am I, who is the teacher. बहुत सारे doubts होंगे. You will have lot of doubts in your classes, right? No worry, we'll do it for everyone. Abhijitha, ठीक है, 5.0, 6.0, 7.4, we'll do it for everyone. Now, first thing, let me be very, very clear. I am Dimple Nankani. I am the faculty of geography and environment. I teach environment in some batches and I teach geography in some batches. ठीक है? Okay, fine. Harshita Saini. Now, whenever what happens is whenever we do lecture, I give you, we'll give the lecture in 2 hours, but then एक ही way of communication होता है. There's only one way of communication, that is us speaking more. And I do pay attention to the charts, but it is more of a teacher speaking. But what happens when you start studying? All of you please focus here. Whenever you start studying, you have a lot of doubts coming in your classes, in your further readings while you're solving some previous year questions. So how do you communicate? What is the doubt that you have? So you can communicate with us. This is the Telegram. This is the Telegram ID. This is the Telegram ID that we have here. This is the Telegram ID that is mine. ये मेरा Telegram ID है. You can join in the Telegram ID here. You can join by typing this dimple-nankani-ma'am-pwonlyias, or you can also scan the QR code. ठीक है? The class has started, Srinath. अब और क्या चालू होगा? कुछ बच्चों को ओरिएंटेशन चाहिए तो हम ओरिएंटेशन कर रहे हैं. So this is the QR code, right? So you can scan the QR code and join. Shivi, Bhavani. Okay. Can you join the channel? Is the link working or not? Let me know. I think the link should be working. Those who are there in the batches, you can join the Telegram channel. I can see some of you joining now. ठीक है? Okay, there are a lot of doubts that are coming. Just joined. It is working. Perfect. I can see many of you joining the channel. So please join the channel. Yeah. Why this channel? So that I will take all your doubts, Shubham. I will take doubts. Don't worry. Let me first start off. I'll take your doubts. PW की book enough है कि नहीं है? Ma'am NCERT enough है कि नहीं? Ma'am सिर्फ class 11th NCERT पढ़ें क्या? I will take all of the doubts that we have. Now, so here first things first. This is the QR code. This is my ID. You can write your doubts. You can talk there, आप लोग खुद भी comment कर सकते हैं. That is what this is the QR for. So this is the telegram for कि अगर आप पढ़ रहे हैं, in case you are reading something, you have some doubts, you can ask. ठीक है. Akhilesh, if you want to adventure how do you take the admission in my batch, you can contact the administrative team. The administrative team will help you there. Okay, now let me start off. I am talking about the orientation session. So first, who is the teacher? We'll take some doubts, and in case I'm listing it out for you. Okay, I am taking the I'm taking your doubts. Who is the teacher? One. What do we read? What about geography? What books do we read? यही questions होते हैं बच्चों के. कौन teacher कौन है, क्या books हैं, ठीक है. What is the strategy that I adopt? How many revisions should I do? How many revisions are important? कितनी revisions important है? Ma'am, how do I assure that मेरा subject हो गया है? How do I know that the subject is complete? Anything else that you have? और कुछ है? What resources to follow which NCERT? हाँ, सब वो लिखा हुआ है हर्ष. इसके अलावा do you have some other question? Tell me that. How map work can be done? Fine. Mapping के लिए अलग से question आया भावनी. Any other doubt we have? Class notes making or notes making? Fine. Class notes making or notes making. How many days does it take? Revise notes. How many days? Note making. How to make notes. Previous year question. Strategy में आ जाएगा सचिन. Test series, weightage of marks, answer writing. Okay, answer writing. Okay, the weightage subject complete की जगह पे I'll do for subject complete एक part है. एक question है, what is the weightage of the subject? What is the weightage of the subject in both prelims as well as mains? And there was also something that we have missed. We've missed is that answer writing. Answer writing. Answer writing. Those who feel that I have done the orientation session, कुछ लोगों को लग रहा है मैम we have done the orientation session. So what do we do? You can stay or you can also, in case you feel that I have already taken it and you want to don't want to listen it again, it's up to you. I'll not say. Current affairs, geography as optional. Prem, that is not the agenda here. अभी agenda optional की बात नहीं चल रही है. I have also taught optional, but I am a GS teacher now today. I am a दुग्गल साहब आज क्या, आज दुग्गल साहब GS टीचर, हम GS तक ही रखेंगे, ठीक है. We will keep it to GS 1. Evaluation, आंसर evaluate कैसे करें, ठीक है संजना. That's about means answer writing. Answer means answer writing. We'll see that. Now one by one. Let's tackle one by one, ठीक है, and then we'll move on. First thing first. Current affairs. Who is the teacher? I am the teacher. I am Dimple Nankani. I'll just give you a brief introduction. हाँ, ये मैप, एक मैप पे भी क्वेश्चन आया था कि मैपिंग कैसे करेंगे. स्पेशली वर्ल्ड मैप पे क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. स्पेशली वर्ल्ड मैप पे क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. ओके, नाउ who is the teacher? I am the teacher here. I am Dimple Nankani. I have been associated with physics wala since 2-3 years now. Okay. Okay, fine Archana. So, but my journey as a teacher started in 2019. So I have an experience of 6 years of teaching so far. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7 years of teaching rather I should say. I've been a teacher for 7 years now. Then once as a student, my journey of UPSC started in 2012. So it's a collective experience of 16 17 years that I have right now. ठीक है. So first as a student, then as a mentor, then as a teacher. So 7 साल से तो पढ़ा ही रहे हैं, और उसके पहले हमने 9 साल खुद से पढ़ाई की थी. ठीक है. मेंटरशिप भी किया है, आंसर इवैल्यूएशन भी किया है. We've done everything, every aspect of the every stage we have seen it very very closely, whether it is evaluation of answers, whether it is mentorship, whether it is teaching now, and whether it was a student journey. So and the journey is fresh in my mind, so I can understand that what problems you face, what consciousness do you have, what doubts come in your mind, आपके मन में क्या doubts आते हैं, हमें ये भी समझ आता है. So don't worry, for geography you are in safe hand. I guarantee you that कि आपको geography के लिए कोई दिक्कत नहीं जाएगी, and rest of for the environment as well. Now this is just the year part, this is just the experience part कि क्या experience रहा है आपके पास, आपको जो पढ़ा रहे हैं उनका. What is the experience that your faculty share? Bhavani, I will tackle all your doubts. अगर आप कंटिन्यूसली चैट करेंगे भवानी तो आप क्लास नहीं सुन पाएंगे. आई विल टेक ऑल योर डाउट्स, डोंट यू वरी. आई हैव टेकन. आप वही क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो, 6 से 10 कंपलसरी है क्या, 11वीं सिर्फ पढ़ सकते हैं क्या, अलग तरीके से क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो. ठीक है. Okay, you are asking the same question, but wait, first listen to the lecture as well. Now, so that was about the experience part, that what is the years of experience that your teacher has. Now if I talk about the if I talk about the journey of UPSC, I have, don't worry, it's okay, don't say sorry. If we talk about the journey of UPSC, I have given 6 prelims. First 2 prelims I couldn't qualify, but then uske baad prelims was never a problem, because I realized ki what is the mistake as a student I am making. What is the mistake? And many of us make that mistake. That is very common. So once I realized that what is the mistake, uske baad prelims was never a problem. I have qualified 4 prelims. I have written 4 mains. I have given 2 interviews as well. Okay, one interview in 2017 and the other in 2020. 17-18 और फिर 20 में आपका इंटरव्यू दिया हुआ है, 2 बार इंटरव्यू भी दिया हुआ है. ठीक है. व्हाट इज द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द क्लास? 2 hours. So that is what we have as an experience. We have reached up to interview stage, though we couldn't qualify the examination. I've not qualified the examination, but I've reached up to the interview stage, so seen each very stage very 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 closely. So agar aap logon ko, many of you are giving UPSC for the first time, or many of you would be giving UPSC for the first time. In case you want to have a taste of what UPSC is, अगर आप लोग सिर्फ जानना चाहते हैं कि UPSC क्या है, I will recommend you to watch one movie. That is what UPSC is, and especially the interview part, right? The interview part is also like that many times. So what is the movie? The movie is 12th Fail. अगर आप 12th Fail movie देख सकते हैं तो आप UPSC क्या है आप उसको समझ सकते हैं. The direction, the acting, the drama part, it's entirely like that. Okay, so it gives me goosebumps today also when I talk about that. So अगर आप जानना चाहते हैं क्या है तो 2 घंटे 3 घंटे वहाँ पे spend करें, right? So that's what. Who is the teacher? I am the teacher. What is the journey? What is the experience? Because I've seen each stages very closely. Okay, fine, I'll use more of English. Because I've seen each stage very very closely, I can understand what are the problems that students are facing. Fine. So this is what is the teacher. I have already addressed this. Now let us move on to the subject, that what is geography about. What is geography about, and linked to it is the books. Many of you have this problem of what is geography and what are the books that we study. Yes, I am deep coding the syllabus for you. That's the second thing that we do generally. So first thing, who is the teacher? Second, what is the subject about? So just give me 1 minute, please. Allow me a minute, please. Allow me a minute, please. So what is geography? Generally, you'll see that geography is considered as the study of earth as a home of man. What is geography? Geography क्या होता है? Geography is, please pay attention, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Geography है क्या? What is geography? It is considered as the study of earth. I am not teaching you, I'm just giving you orientation. As home of a man, of a human. Geography is considered as the study of earth as a home of human. We are studying earth. Yes, Arun, I'll speak in English. Yes, I'll speak in English only, don't worry. ठीक है? Okay, fine. Now, so it is study of the earth as a home of human being. You and me study earth, stay on the earth. Therefore, because we stay on the earth, it is important that we study the earth. Correct? So, now when I study the earth, what all dimensions do I study in? I can study the earth on the land part. I can study the land part of the earth. Okay, you can study the land part of the earth. You can study the climate part of the earth. You can study the ocean part of the earth. You study the land part, climate part, ocean parts. So when you study the land part, that part is called as geomorphology. That part is called as the study of geomorphology. What are we studying? We are studying the land part of the earth. What are we studying? We are decoding the syllabus. So this becomes one unit. ये एक unit हो जाता है. Unit 1. Studying the land part of the earth, geomorphology. When you study the climate part, that becomes the climatology. That is your unit 2. This is the unit 2. That is the climate part. Third, when you study the ocean part, that is your oceanography. यहाँ पे नहीं लिखा हुआ है. You can also study the ocean part. That is the oceanography. That is the ocean part, oceanography. The third one, oceanography. So land part, lithosphere. Climate part, land part, geomorphology. The climate part, climatology. The third part, ocean, oceanography. The fourth part, you study soil. When you study the soil part, that is called as soil geography. Okay. We are studying earth. You can study the earth, land part, the ocean part, the climate part, the soil part, soil geography. Fifth, you study you and me. I am being studied in geography. Yes, I am also being studied. The animals are also being studied. We study about tiger, elephant, giraffe, lion, etc. What do you call this as? You call this as biogeography. Biological beings. So you call this as biogeography. Correct? So this I'm decoding the syllabus for you. Soil geography, biogeography. You study the social aspects in geography or economic geography, right? You'll see the rates of metals like gold, silver going up, going down. Okay, why? Because of many aspects. One is political phenomena, but there's also some resource based phenomena. Where do you get silver? What is the mine? Where do we mine silver in India? Where do you mine gold in India? Where do you mine coal in India? बहुत important चीज़ है. If somebody is from Jharkhand, you will see that majority of the economy in Jharkhand is related to mining of coal, mining of iron ore, and other related industries in Jharkhand. You have coal based industry, you have iron and steel industries, right? You have good thermal power plants as well in Jharkhand. That is why, because coal वहाँ मिलता है, the coal, you get coal there, you get iron there, automobile industries there, iron and steel industry there. Mica is also a mineral. You get mica sheets there. So there is you are studying the earth. You are studying what resource is found where. कौन सा resource कहाँ मिलता है. So what do you call this as? You call this as economic geography. You call this as economic geography. So please understand, geography is not only about mountains, plain, plateaus. Geography is about land, ocean, climate, soil, the biological beings, the animal, plants, the forest, the grasslands, deserts. It is about study of those. And not only the physical aspect, all of this is physical, right? Land is physical. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, Rakesh, I'll slow down. Land is physical, climate is physical, ocean is physical, forest is physical, it is natural. So it's not only study of natural things, it is also study of human things. Human यानी क्या, हम क्या बना रहे हैं, what are we making it? Economic geography. इतना समझा है सबको? Are you clear with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 points? Do you want me to repeat anything of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Rakshita, you told me to slow down, I'll slow down. Did you understand? Anybody has some problem in this understanding what is this unit about? किसी को कोई, if in case you've not understood, what is geomorphology? Land part. What is climatology? The climate part. Rain, the dryness, snow. Abhi Kashmir mein you have got a lot of snow. Biogeography, the study of plants and animals. The study of plants and animals. Oceanography, the study of tides, waves, tsunami. Okay. Soil, the study of soil. What soil do we have in India? What are the major soils that we have in India? We have alluvial soil, we have black soil, we have red soil, you have yellow soil. Study of soil. Not only that, you also study economy, economic aspects. Sachin, what is economic geography? Sachin says, ma'am, please explain economic geography again. Economic geography. What is economy? Economy क्या होता है? पैसा. What does mean by economy? Money. Money related thing. Economic geography is study of earth. On the earth. On the earth. It is about, economic geography is about on the earth. Where do we get good mineral and mineral resources? It includes both metallic mineral, pay attention, it includes both metallic mineral and non-metallic mineral. It is also about, on earth, where do you get good mineral resources, metallic, non-metallic. It is also about where do you get oil and gas, where do you get coal, where do you get other petroleum based or energy resources. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? Energy resources, जिससे energy मिलती है. You get the energy from coal, oil and gas, etc. So where do you get the resources? That's one aspect. ठीक है? Now, not only about mineral resource, it is not only about mineral resource. In the economic geography, Sachin Bachche, you also study where do you have, where do we have, or it's like this, which region has what economic activity? Which region has what economic activity? When I say economic activity, which region is agriculturally dependent? Which region has lot of industries? Which region has lot of service sector based? So which region has what economic activity? Which region has what economic activity? If I talk about, if I talk about Bangalore, now you only tell me, if I talk about Bangalore as a region, yes, Aruji, you can say that. What industry does it come into your mind? What industry does come into your mind? When I say Bangalore, where does the Bangalore, what is the main resource or what is the main economic activity in Bangalore? There was a quote once. In Bangalore, whenever you throw a stone, either the stone will hit the dog or the stone will hit the engineer. Okay? So this is famous for IT based economy. So region aa gaya, it's a region. Whenever you talk about region, it is a place has what economic activity. If I talk about, let's say, the region of Mumbai. In Mumbai, when you hear Mumbai, can you think of agriculture? No, you cannot think of agriculture. Whenever you think of Mumbai, you think of fashion industry, you think about woolen industries. Wool is there in a lot of wool is there in Mumbai, right? Wool based industries there, a lot of silk industries are there. So you think of manufacturing industries or you think about fashion industries, correct? Cotton based industries. Okay, film industry, yeah, Mayank, film industry. So that's what region has what economic activity. It is also about, Sachin, economic geography is also about, it is also about trade and transport. It is also about, it is also about, you will study about trade, you will study about transport system, transportation as a mode of communication, right? Port cities, rest. Port cities talk about airplanes, where what are the important ports where do we have, what are the important coastal regions, what are the important highways that we have, okay? What are the important national roads? So it is also about transportation. All of you, did you understand what is economic geography? What is economic geography? समझ गया? No, I am not saying anything. Sahil A, Sahil A. Firstly, let's be a little polite, Sahil. I said there was one time it was said like that. I am not saying anything. Sahil A, Sahil A, and you can be a little more polite. Okay? So that's about economic geography. Now, if I talk about social geography, what is social geography? What is social? Social is about population. Social is about population. So this is about population geography. Population geography. It is said that, I am not saying, otherwise log aa jayenge mere pe. It is said that India produces one Australia every year. What does that mean? Whatever is the total population of Australia, India produces that much of population in 1 year. Correct? That's what we say. We have our numbers in our hand. We are one of the most populous country in the world, right? So why do we have, what do you study in population geography? In population geography, you study, okay, yeah, yes, Varan, okay. In population geography, you study the number of the population. What is the amount of the population? What is the quantum of the population? Let me write this down for you. Let me write this down for you. So you study what in population geography? You study the quantity. Who is the most populous country in the world? India. Who is the second most populous country in the world? China. So you study the quantity. आप दोनों एक ही चीज पूछ रहे हो सचिन. सोशल ज्योग्राफी एंड सोशल ज्योग्राफी आर डिफरेंट. I don't know why do you say that. Okay? So that's what you study, the quantity. Not only do you study the quantity, but you also study the age group of the population. The age group of the population. Now, why is this study of age group very important for me? Why am I studying the age group? I'm studying the age group like you study that how many of them are between 0 to 14 years of age. How many of them are between 15 to 60 years of the age? How many of them are 60 plus? You study this. So not only you study the quantity. For example, some of you said that 2 crore is the population of India. 2 crore is the population of India. So out of 2 crore, I'm just giving you a rough figure. Let's say 50 lakh or let's say 60 lakh is this. 1 second, I'm just giving you rough figures. Let's say 1.4 lakh is this. Or let's say 1.6 lakh is this. 1.4 to full ho jayega na. Let's say 1.2 is this. And this is, let's say, 50 lakhs. So what will happen? 30 lakhs would be the population of elderly. I'm just giving you a rough figure, bache. This is not entirely correct. Okay. So now, what are we studying? We are just not studying the population geography. We are just not studying the quantity of population. We are also studying what is the quantity in different age group. Different age group में क्या क्या quantity है. Why do you think I'm asking you, why do you think we do that? We do this in census, right? We do this in the census. Why do you think we do this? Why do we want to know what is the number of children? What is the number of, this is children, this is working population, and this is elderly. Why do you want to know that? Government does that every 10 years. 2001, 2011, 1991, 1981, 1961, 1971, 61, 71, 81, 91, 2001, 2011. Why should we know this? To make the schemes properly for optimal allocation. For optimal allocation. For optimal allocation. See, if there is more number of population here, if there is more number of population here, I will tackle your doubt, Sachin. I have seen your doubt. Please let me complete the topic. I will take your doubt, Bache. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. If there is more number of population here, what does that happen? See, you and me, aap aur main, iske shikar hai. If there is greater number of working population, what happens? There are 100 jobs. Let's say there are 100 jobs, but then 1 lakh population. 1 lakh population is eyeing for this job. In sabki nazar hai. 100 job ke piche, 100 job ke piche, at least 1 lakh population is there. So there's lot of competition that comes. There's lot of competition because everybody wants to work. Everybody wants to work. Everybody wants to work. Everybody is fighting for a job. So that's what happens. There's a lot of competition. Because there's a lot of competition, what happened? The best gets selected. The talented gets selected, mostly. That's one idea. If there is greater working population, please pay attention. If there is greater working population, what happens? The GDP increases. Why? Either you work and you also consume. Who does Swiggy and Zomato? You and me. Small children, young children, they don't do Swiggy, Zomato. And the elderly, they will always say, din bhar yahi khate, Swiggy, Zomato, Swiggy, Zomato. So when you do Swiggy, Zomato, you are giving employment. You are giving employment. So you take employment, you also give employment. So the GDP of the nation increases if there is greater working population. So this is what you study in geography. You are studying the quantity of the population. You are studying the different age groups and what is the quantity of the population. And you also are studying what? You are also studying the implications, the consequences. The consequences. What happens? Suppose, for example, let me take the example of Europe. Europe? Can I take example of Germany? Or let's say, can I take example of Japan? Europe and Japan. And बोल रहे हो ना, आप बोलोगे यूरोप का बात करें और एशिया में आ गए. Let me take an example of Japan. What is happening in Japan? Japan has lot of what? Has lot of 60 plus population. In Japan, there is greater population above 60 years. So, what is happening? What is the compulsion of the government? Government को क्या करना पड़ता है? The government has to look forward for pensions. The government has to look forward for health schemes. Government spend more where? The government spend more on the health schemes. The government spends more on the pension schemes. The government has to spend. So the policies, yeah, there is lot of dependent population. There's lot of dependent population. Do you think, suppose you want to establish an industry. Suppose you want to establish an industry and you want to establish a iPhone assembly industry. iPhone बेचना है आपको. You want to sell iPhone. You want to sell the iPhone. Where will you establish your center? Will you establish a center in Japan? Or will you establish a center in India? If you have to make money, where will you establish iPhone based manufacturing, iPhone assembly industry? In India or in Japan? In India or in Japan? Where will you establish? Nirmala Tai. That's a very nice name, Nirmala Tai. Nirmala Tai said the first one, I will establish industries in India. Why? Because you know who will buy the iPhone? The younger population, the working population, the one who has money. They have lot of, they also have that zeal to spend money. They don't want to do saving. They will buy iPhone on EMI. Working population will buy for iPhone on EMI. So Nirmala Tai is very clear. So why? Because there is young population. The spending population. The young population will give you more profit, will give you more benefits. Japan पे नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है? Japan में नहीं करेंगे because you know that elderly population, they don't have that affinity कि हाँ iPhone चाहिए. They don't have that. They are happy with their own phones. They'll not change phones very fast. iPhone 17, iPhone 18, iPhone 19, they were like, okay, fine, whatever I have, I'm satisfied, I'm happy. So obviously, you will establish industry in India. So this is what you study in economic geography. So what do we study in economic geography? I hope that is also clear. Now, 2-3 questions that were being asked to me. Sachin was asking, ma'am. Yes. Okay. Yes, Nirmala Tai. Hats off, Nirmala Tai. Now, 2-3 questions that are being asked to me is population geography and social geography same? Okay, fine. Is population geography and social geography same? No, Sachin. Social geography has more base or bada base. It also talks about the tribal study. It also talks about how sociology influenced geography. That is a little bigger term, right? That was one question that was being continuously asked to me. I think there was another question that was being asked to me. Is economic geography and population geography same? No. Economic geography is different. Population geography is different. I told you the differences. Economic geography is about economic resources, mineral resources. Where do you find them? How does that influence other things? But can both of them influence each other? Can economic geography influence population geography? Can population geography influence economic geography? Yes. दोनों एक दूसरे को influence कर सकते हैं, but they are not same. The domains are different, but both can impact, both can affect each other. Have I answered? These were the 2 doubts that were being asked to me. Yes or no? Can I move on? Sujit, Neha, Navya, Sachin, Manish. I like the name Nirmala Tai, Archana Rani. ठीक है? Now, let us also, if I have to divide the subject in domain, please pay attention. If I have to divide the subject in domain, I'll divide it here only. इसके नीचे ही कर लेते, so that nothing is being missed. If I talk about, please pay attention, if I talk about geography, I'm decoding the syllabus so far. If I talk about geography, I am dividing the, yes, Pranjal Shinde, there is intertwinkling between the subject. Yes, true that. So one aspect of geography is, please pay attention, physical geography. Physical geography. What is physical geography about? The study of geomorphology. Physical geography में क्या आएगा? We'll study the land part, physical aspects. You'll study the climatology. the climate part, the physical aspect. You'll study ocean part, the oceanography. You will study the soil part, soil geography. You will study the plants and animal, bio geography. I have explained all of this to you. So this is your physical geography. Abhi tak we humans have not been included in this. Hum kahan hain? Then you have the other dimension, that is human geography. What has human made the best out of earth? What have we done on the earth? How have we utilized the earth for our benefit? So you study what? You study agriculture. We have utilized the soil of the earth to make money. You have utilized the cattle of the earth to make money. To utilize it for the energy, cow dungs, they've been utilized for the energy, biogas industries, agriculture. You study agriculture. Then you study industries. What do you study in human geography? Aapne kya kiya? What have we done? What have we made out of the earth? You have done the utilization of resources. Resources utilization. This is basically your economic geography. Okay? Economic geography. Yeah, we'll include that. Definitely, we'll include that. Yash Pal Singh. We'll do. This is your economic geography. It's also about trade and transport. You have utilized the resources of the earth for trade and transport. Agriculture, industry, resource utilization, trade and transport. In the human geography, you also study the population. You study the population. You study human population. Human geography hai, we will study the human population. The study of numbers, the study of tribes. This is called as population geography. ये सब human में आ रहा है. Please pay attention. Population geography. ठीक है? You study the cultural aspect. You study the cultural aspect. There was a question in your mains examination, I'll tell you. The question was, mains question, GS paper 1, a very general question. What do you mean by Purvaiya? Okay, what do you mean by Purvaiya? And or chhod do Purvaiya. The question was, how does monsoon, you understand monsoon? You understand monsoon? Rainfall that we get from June to October. How does monsoon affect the culture of India? Culture of India. Monsoon culture of India ko affect kaise karta hai? So what have they linked? They have linked, please pay attention, they have linked climate and they have linked culture. They have linked climate and they have linked the culture of India. Okay, हाँ तो सिद्धांत mineral and oil इसमें आएगा. Resource utilization में you will have mineral and oil. This is mineral and this is oil. Resource में ये आएगा. So monsoon affects the culture of India. This is the question that they have asked in the mains examination. Can you think of 1 or 2 points? How does the monsoon affects the culture of India? What is culture? रोज सुनते ना ये हमारी culture का part. This is the part of our culture. This is not the part of our culture. Holding hand is a part of culture. What we eat is a part of culture. Touching feet is a part of our culture. The dance is a part of culture. The songs we sing is a part of culture. The festivals that we celebrate is a part of culture. So how does monsoon affect? Yes, Akshara Pathak. Very good. The way of living. Culture is way of living. So how does that affect? How does monsoon affect? Very good, Nirmala Tai. Nirmala Tai, I like your answers. Festivals. Harvesting festivals. Sowing festival. The sowing festival. Basant Panchami. It affects our wearing. The clothes we wear. We wear light clothes. Light in the sense the material is not very heavy in monsoon. You wear dark colored clothes, because if that's the part of our culture. The songs, yes, agriculture belief that we have, correct. It also affects the way we sing. Have you heard about Sugam Sangeet? In the monsoon, if the monsoon gets delayed, ghanana ghanana gir ay badila, lagan movie. So the songs are associated, the stories are associated, the festivals are associated, the food that we eat is associated. Yes, that is affected with the monsoon. So this was asked. So this is about your cultural aspect, how climate is affecting the culture. The cultural aspect is affected. Okay. Then what is, so this, please pay attention here. So this is about your human geography. This is about your human geography. So physical geography, very good, Sujay Gangwar, correct. The human geography. Agriculture, industry, resources, trade, transport, population geography, cultural geography. Okay. Then what is else is included in your geography? Mapping, the mapping portion. So there are questions in your prelims and mains with respect to the mapping portion. So what do we pay attention? We pay attention to the world map, and we also pay attention to the India map. Okay? Now, if you have understood the syllabus, part, can I go a little deeper? About what is the subject weight, what is the weightage? I have understood the topic, I have understood the syllabus. I will cover each of these. I have understood the topic. Now where am I moving on to? I am moving on to understanding the strategy part and the weightage part. So so this is done. This is also done. We are moving on to this part. We have done this part. We have done the syllabus part. Now we are moving on to this part. If I link it to the syllabus, please pay attention. A very, very important point I am drawing. A very, very important point. If I talk about the weightage, physical geography is mostly asked in your prelims examination. In your prelims examination, what is important? In your prelims examination, physical geography is very, very important. There are a lot of questions in prelims examination which are asked from your, I'll just write P so that you understand better. Prelims examination में physical geography पूछता है. I'm coming on to that. ठीक है. ROG, I have written everything in syllabus. Physical geography means geomorphology, climatology, oceanography. अच्छा, main syllabus बोल रहे हो. I'll tell you main syllabus also. Fine. Geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, soil geography, biogeography. This is asked in your prelims examination. From the human geography, I am drawing purple color. From the human geography, there are questions on this part, unit 3. Unit 3 is also a part of your prelims. Okay? Unit 3 is also a part of your prelims. Clear? So they will ask, if I say, let's say in the past 10 years, 5 questions have come from, I am giving you in the past 10 years, 5 questions have come from geomorphology, 20 questions have come from climatology, around 8 questions have come from oceanography, around again 8 questions have come from soil geography, and around 7 to 8 questions have come from your biogeography in the past 10 years. So if I say, so it's like 2 question, 1 question, 1 question, 1 question, 1 question. इसको भी अगर 8 मान लूँ मैं, because solar system मिल गई, तो 2 1 1 1 1 3 4 5 6 to 7 questions per year is from physical geography. Again 4 to 5 questions is from physical geography. So around 12 questions are from these aspects. ये 6 units. Are you getting? Around 12 questions in prelims are from these units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and number 3. समझ आया? Is it clear or not? Okay, Rakshita. I am teaching slowly. Rakshita, have you understood the syllabus? Did you understand the syllabus, bache? Did you understand the syllabus? Let's go little year wise so that all the students can make sense. Okay. Some of you are saying I'm already slow. Is the pace fine? I hope I'm not getting fast. Am I getting fast? Vicky Sharma, Bhavani, Nirmala Tai, Harsha, Swaran. Is the pace fast or is it fine? Is the pace fine? बहुत fast तो नहीं जा रहा? Am I going too fast? It's okay. Fine. The pace is fine. It is fine. It is not fast. Perfect. Pace is fine. Perfect. Absolutely fine. Pace is perfect. Okay. ठीक. Now, I have done purple color. Purple color is for prelims. Purple color is for prelims. So, what is happening? Please pay attention. Every year in prelims, these 6 units are important. For prelims, these 6 units are important. What are the 6 units that are important for prelims? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. What is the question that you get? You can get around 1 question from geomorphology, or let's say 2 questions from geomorphology, 2 questions from climatology, 1 question from oceanography. Okay, one or 2 questions from oceanography, and around soil and biogeography has includes 2 questions. So, okay, Aruchi, fine. So at least 2 questions from geomorphology, 2 questions from climatology, 2 questions from oceanography, 2 questions from soil and biogeography. आप इसको एक और एक भी मान सकते हैं, 1 and 1 भी मान सकते हैं. It can vary. So around 8 questions from here, 8 to 9 questions from here. In resource utilization, I'll do that, Harshita. In resource utilization, you get around 3 questions. So, in prelims, 12 questions have come from 6 units. 12 questions come from 6 unit. 12 questions means what? 24 marks. 24 marks is from this unit, from these unit. Then, apart from this, you also get world map and India map. Apart from this, you also get world map and India map. Now, when I say world map or India map, what does this mean? Harshita Seni. India map, I'll give you some idea. They can ask you about which river, or they can also ask you, let's say they'll ask you about a dam. Which dam is in which state? Which dam is in which state? Match the pair. Dam and state. So it's mapping part, right? So Maithon Dam is in which state? Let's say Gandhi Sagar Dam is in which state? This is the UPSC question, right? Jawahar Sagar, which state? They've given in match the pair. So they can ask you dam and the state. I hope what you understand dam. Bandh. They can also ask you about what are the tributaries of the river. What are the tributaries of river? They have also asked question that Himalayas are spread through how many states? Himalayas are spread through how many states? I will tell you, Aruji, let me first complete prelims. Okay, let me first complete prelims. I will explain mains also. Pehle prelims kar le. So how Himalayas are spread through how many states? Which river has which tributary? Which river has which state? They can ask you questions related to that. Okay, India map. As far as world map is concerned, they will ask questions related to current affairs. They will ask questions related to current affairs. Now, let me give you an example. Now, US and Iran, there is a conflict that is coming up. Again, US and Iran, the conflict is coming. So they can ask you questions on West Asia. So Iran and US comes in news because conflict aaya. So whenever there is a news article about Iran, you will see that in the paper, in the newspaper, the map of Iran is given. Iran ka map is given. So they can ask you about what are the boundaries of Iran, what all countries share the boundaries with Iran. There is Persian Gulf near Iran. Please pay attention. I'm telling you the question they can ask you in the world map. They can ask you about the countries bordering Iran. They can ask you about Persian Gulf. What about the Persian Gulf? They can ask you about what all organization, international organization is Iran part of, right? Is Iran the part of the Gulf? Okay. So what is happening here is they are taking up current affairs and they are linking it to current affairs. Mapping part is being linked to the current affairs. World map is basically nothing but your current affairs. Now, when a teacher comes and teaches current affairs, they will teach you the mapping part as well. A teacher who is teaching you current affairs, they will teach you the world map part as well. Okay? So what have I made it clear? How do you do the world map? You do the world. We will teach you summer part. I will teach you the basic part. I will teach you current affairs related part also. But it is everyday exercise. World map, please pay attention, is your everyday exercise. It's the homework. The better you do your homework, the better marks you get. So I gave you an example of Iran and USA. Correct? There was a question that was asked in your prelims examination about Crimea. Crimea was disputed between Russia and Ukraine. So the part of world map is related to current affairs and it's an everyday work that you have to do. India map, mostly static question is asked. In India, mostly static question is asked. Ma'am, how do we do about it? How do we go about it? India map we will cover in great details because static question is coming. World map also we will cover, but the major burden of world map is on you. Are we clear? Have we made this point clear? And how many questions come from world map? Around 4 questions, 3 to 4 questions come from world map. And around 3 to 4 questions come from India map. Around 3 to 4 questions come from India map. So, 10 questions. Let me put 10 questions. I am telling you how to 10 questions from this part. 3 questions from this part, or both of them included. 10 questions from this part. And another 6-7 questions. So 16 questions, nearly 15-16 questions come. Nearly 15-16 question comes. Have we covered the prelims part? I will now move on to the mains part. Have we covered the prelims part? Okay. What is the weightage of the subject in prelims? And what is the important part for prelims? Now please pay attention. If I talk about mains examination, I am using orange color for the mains examination. In mains examination, let me tell you one thing. So we are covering mains examination. Okay. Two, three questions that are being asked which are important. दो तीन question जो बच्चे पूछ रहे हैं जो important है वो ये है कि drawing world map, drawing the world map, or drawing any map, drawing map drawing. We will understand this. First, let's move on to the mains part. If I talk about the mains part, let us first understand that geography is a part of GS paper 1. Geography is a part of GS paper 1. I am decoding the mains. I am decoding the mains part. In GS paper 1, please pay attention. In GS paper 1, what all subjects do we have? We have history, we have geography, and we have society, history, geography, and society. What all aspect do you have of history? Please pay attention. You have world history. हिस्ट्री में क्या क्या आता है? हिस्ट्री एक सब्जेक्ट नहीं है बच्चों. हिस्ट्री इज नॉट वन सब्जेक्ट. हिस्ट्री इज 5 सब्जेक्ट्स. वील सी हाउ. वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री, एंशियंट हिस्ट्री, medieval history, modern history, cultural history, cultural aspects, and you also have post independence. How many? 1 2 3 4 5 6 subjects दिखे आपको? Ancient history, medieval history, modern history, India's freedom struggle, post independence, the cultural history, and you also have world history. So there are 6 subjects. Okay. Now how many marks is the paper? GS paper is 250 marks. GS paper 1 is 250 marks. Please pay attention. GS paper is 250 marks. How is the subjects? There is 10 question. There are 10 question of 10 marks. This is 100 marks. And then there are 10 questions of 15 marks. This is 150 marks. So what happens total? Total is 250 marks. Total is 250 marks. So GS paper 1 is 250 marks, of which 10 questions are of 10 marks, 10 questions are of 15 marks. What about geography? What about geography? 2 questions or 1 question of 10 marks. Geography में क्या आता है? 1 question of 10 marks and another 2 questions of 15 marks. 2 questions of 15 marks come from geography. So what is the weightage of geography? The weightage of geography is 10 and the weightage of geography is 30. So nearly the weightage of geography is 40 marks in mains. And one more thing that you have to understand, please understand this aspect, very very important aspect is, if I talk about society, I'm moving on to society. Ma'am, this is not a society class, I know. In society there is a unit. In society there is a unit of population. There is a unit of population studies. I'll tell you GS paper 1 syllabus. This population studies you can either cover in geography or you can cover in society. In society also what do you study? You study population. Population and associated issue. This is a unit. So you can either cover this in geography or you can cover this in society. So अगर हम इसको भी include करें, so another 10 marks or 15 marks. So this is nearly 40 marks that you study from core geography. But if you include society in geography, geography is very big, okay? So you can understand some aspect of society also. That also comes. So what we can do is, let me help you out with the, are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this aspect? Society, आपके जो सोसाइटी के टीचर हैं, योर सोसाइटी टीचर टीचेज यू पॉपुलेशन प्रॉब्लम्स. So your society teacher teaches you population problems. The human population is actually taught in society. Who will teach you this? Your society teacher will teach you this. So you can include in geography or you cannot include in geography. That is your choice. I don't teach population problems in great details. Your society teacher teaches you. हाँ, roughly, Ravneet, roughly for 50 marks. ठीक है, roughly 50 marks or minimum 50 marks I should say. Let me tell you, let me decode the syllabus for you. GS paper 1. GS paper 1. It's about modern history, post-independent world history, art and culture, geography. Geography is about salient feature of world's physical feature. Salient features of world physical geography. Distribution of key natural resources. Distribution of earthquakes, tsunami, volcanic activity, cyclone, geographical features. So it is paying attention to what? It is paying attention to resources, physical geography, the earthquake, tsunami, volcano, cyclone, flora, fauna. That's what it is doing. Yeah, GS paper 1. So distribution of world physical geography. Distribution of world physical geography. Distribution of natural resources, geophysical phenomena. I don't know who is bugging in the YouTube video, but please don't do that. Pikachu bag, Pikachu B3, don't do that, please. Okay. So this is, if I talk about mains, I have already said what is the breakage. In mains, they do ask questions from geomorphology, they ask question from climatology, they ask question from oceanography, they also ask questions from the industry part. Industry part is also asked. They ask questions from agriculture. Now, please pay attention. Mapping part is not directly asked in mains. Map आपको mains में नहीं पूछता है directly. They don't tell you to point out a location. ठीक है? They don't tell you to point out in a location. Ramkrishna, I'm saying it in English. I'm repeating everything in English. Okay, I am saying everything in English and repeating everything in English. Don't worry, you'll not miss anything. Mains में they do not directly ask questions on map. Okay, they don't tell you to point out map locations. What happens in mains examination? The mapping part is about drawing. Can you draw the map? Can you draw the map? Okay, Akash, I'll come to that. Can you draw the map in seconds? Can you draw the map of India? They are not looking for perfect map. Please pay attention. They are not looking for the perfect map. Even if you draw a map like this, let's say if you can draw it very fast, if you can draw a map fast, and if you can draw a rough map, and this map is good enough. ठीक है? You can draw a rough map. You can draw a rough world map. This map is good to go for your mains examination. This map is good to go for your mains examination. They are not looking out for a perfect map. You need what? You need, a speed so that you can save time, and you need you should know that it is India. ठीक है, ये इंडिया है, ये दिखना चाहिए. It should not look like Japan. They should not look like Japan. You should target speed rather than perfect depiction. Okay, if you can point out that, let's say this is Mumbai, this is other cities, this is, let's say, Uttarakhand area, this is the northeastern region. Mapping is not about only the outline. Please pay very, very important attention. If you are drawing a map in the mains examination, map, it should have details. It should have details. What details do you need? What details do you need? You need to have your description there. So when I say, let's say this is a map, and I want to draw the areas affected by floods. Suppose you want to draw the areas affected by floods. Okay, Sachin, fine. If you say, I want to draw the areas affected by floods, what you need to do is, you just cannot simply draw the outline. You will have to make some mapping. You will have to say the coastal areas. आपको कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा, and that should be visible. The coastal areas. The river areas. So let's say the river. This is Ganga, Brahmaputra. Okay, you can say Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada. These are the areas affected. These are the areas affected by the floods. So you can say rivers, major rivers is affected by the floods. Apart from this, now you will also see that some of the cities are also affected. Gurgaon, Mumbai, Nasik, Pune. So this is your cities, major cities. So now what I'm trying to say is, what many of the kids do is, they will simply draw the outline. No, that is not how you draw the map for the mains examination. For the mains examination, outline itni important nahi hai. The outline is not as important. What is more important is that you need to do marking on the maps. Coastal rivers, coastal areas. You have to understand the major rivers and the cities. These are the areas affected by the floods. If you can do this in speed, you have won the race. So for mains, they will not ask map, but if you understand the mapping part with detailed marking, you will get that plus 0.5 marks extra in one question. Jitne question mein you draw maps, you will get some marks extra. And you know what? That is what matters in mains. How many marks have you got more from your competitor? Can you score some more marks from the competitor? That is what. Now, I know many of you will ask me, many will say, ma'am, ye to acha map hai. I know I am a teacher. Ye acha hi rahega. I am a teacher. I will have to draw a good map. This is a good map. I know that because I am a teacher. And I have been practicing since 17 years now. So what is the answer? How do you draw a good map? You draw a good map by practice. You have to practice the outlines. You have to practice the world map. Shivi, once can you tell how to draw the world map? I will tell when we will do the world mapping part. We will tell that. How do you draw the world map? I will tell that in the class also. Not today. It will become too much for many students. It will become too much. So I think we have covered this part as well. What is there in the mains? What is there in the prelims? Who is the teacher? What is the subject about? Now, so we've covered this part as well. The strategy and the weightage part. So this is also done. I'm just the one that is done. This is done. The strategy and the weightage part is also done. The strategy and the weightage part is also done. This is done. The teacher aspect is also done. Okay. What about how many times do I revise? How many times do I revise? You have to revise at least 3 times before you appear in the examination. Before you appear in the examination. Very good, Neha. You will have to revise 3 times. Any topic. This is not just for geography. You will have to revise at least 3 times. 3 revisions should be done. 3 revisions should be done. What are the books? What are the books? Coming on to the books. Very important question. Very, very important question. We have also covered the current affairs part. Current affairs is asked in the mains examination. Okay. Map and the world map. Current affairs is related to map and the world. Now, what are the books that we have to read? If I talk about, I'm coming on to this part, the books. If I talk about, there are books like, let's understand UPSC system. Let's understand the UPSC system. If you say books, see, I'll tell you. Some of the toppers, those who've qualified, some of the teachers, some of the mentors that you have, they will definitely say read NCERT. Everyone will say that please read NCERT. Then what will they will say? Once you've read NCERT, they will say please read the class notes. Okay? They will also say please read the class notes. Or some of the students or some of the mentors can say please read the compilation notes. Please read the compilation notes. Bhavani, whenever you read current affairs, you should know that this is geography. Automatically connect ho jayega. Whenever you read current affairs, you should know this is geography. Right? By reading newspapers. Definitely, Nirmala. Now, as a student, you are told to read NCERT. As a student, you are told to read class notes. Or you are told to read compilation notes. Then some of the teacher will or some of the topper will come. You should read books also. You should read books also. Some of you take Savinder Singh, some of you take the institute book, some of you take any other mentor ke notes. Okay? Then you are also told to read current affairs. Right? Then you are also told to do previous year questions. Then you are also told to do mock test papers, mock test series questions. So for one subject, you have 6 material. For one subject, you have 6 material. And let me tell you that this is for what? This is for 12 questions in prelims and 3 questions in mains. Essay you have history, essay you have economy, you have polity, you have governance, you have IR, you have current affairs, you have science and technology, you have security. So what happens is at the end of the year, I am telling you what is the problem that student faces. At the end of the year, a student has read how many books? 100 books. All the subjects included. Okay? And then you don't know how to revise. You are stuck. Aapne pad to liya. How will you revise? So it is very important, dear students, to restrict your, this is the strategy that UPSC applies and you have to apply, to restrict your sources. To restrict your sources, please pay attention. You have to restrict the sources. You have to make, you should be sure that you have everything at one place. You have everything at one place so that it becomes easy for revision. So that it becomes easy for revision. And one of the most important thing is that you solve test papers. You solve test papers and previous year question, and you also incorporate the knowledge. Please pay attention. You also incorporate the knowledge in that one place. Ek place pe ana. To bring everything in one place is the most important thing. Is the most important thing. ठीक है? Okay. A nice question. When do I do previous year question and test papers? When? Should I start doing it from now? See, as the topic gets completed, we will do it for you. Topic wise, we do it in the class. And try to do it as fast as you can. We do it in the class. Topics wise, we do it in the class. And in case you want to do something more, In case you want to do something more, make sure that you have revised first. Swaran, you have revised the topic, then you can do it. At least you have revised it twice. Topic wise, we do it in the class. In case you want to do something extra, revise it twice. Revise it twice and do it. Do it. As many as you can. Also, Swaran, there is regular tests that you will do. Your institute takes regular test, so that also you do. So there are three things. Once we do it in the class. Second, you do it in the test papers that you have. You have daily practice questions. You have your test series regularly. And then if you have revised it twice, everything, then you just do previous year questions. Just the MCQs. Just the MCQs part. So that's what we have. But that is also very important that you put the knowledge in one place. The crux that you have is whatever you want to read, you read. But it should come at one place. It should come at one place. Now, as a student, what do I do? As a student, I read NCERT. Please pay attention. I read NCERT. I don't make notes of NCERT. I don't make the notes of NCERTs. What do? There is a highlighter pen. Please pay attention. There is a highlighter pen. I highlight that. Harsha Saved. I highlight that. In the NCERTs, I highlight what is the important point. And then I put that knowledge of NCERT. Please pay attention. I put the knowledge of NCERT in either class notes or compilation notes. I put the knowledge of NCERT. I'm telling you, wait. I'm telling you each of the questions. Please pay attention. I know your questions. 2 minutes ruk jao. I read NCERTs, I highlight in the NCERTs, and whatever extra knowledge I have got, 80% of that would be repetition. 80% you would already know. Suppose you get some extra point, let's say 3 to 4 extra point, you put it here. You put that in the class notes or compilation notes. So now this part, this is taken care of. This part is taken care of. This is done. This is put in one. Books. If I say PW books, it's too bulky. It's very, very bulky. It has included everything under the world. So as a student, I would have not read it. Okay? I would have also not read Savinder Singh. So I don't think for geography you need this. And I said, previous year question also, extra knowledge I will put here. Mock test also, extra knowledge I will put here. So what has happened? Current affairs, in case there is some extra knowledge, I will put it here. Or I can make a different register. For current affairs, I can make a different register. Yeah, I will make a different register. In case something gets mixed in the mock test series, I will put it in my compilation notes. So either you can have. So ye jo hai, what is the most important source we have? The most important source we have is class notes and compilation notes. This is the best source, I must say. This is the best source that you must put everything under. Put everything under. GC Leong, not much questions come. Satakshi Datta, not many questions are coming from GC Leong. For other subjects, their teachers will guide you. Other teachers will guide you. GC Leong book, not many topics are coming, Abhijit. Which class NCERT? Now, which class? NirmalaTai, I am teaching geography GS. I am not in geography optional class. Okay? Now, I am not in geography optional class. I am in geography GS class. So all of you, what do you have to do? Compilation notes or class notes. Either compilation notes you get or class notes you get, they are 90% same. Anything you can refer. You will have to put everything in that. Any extra knowledge, be it NCERT, be it NCERT, or be it your mock test, or be it your previous year questions, you will have to do that. हाँ. Notes में जगह रहेगा कि तब ना. Adu ji, you can attach A4 sheets. In case there is no space in the notes, you can attach the A4 sheets. Now, what NCERT's book do we read? What NCERT book do we read? Please pay attention. This is a doubt that many students have. This is the doubt that many students have. NCERT. Some of the teachers, some of the mentors, some of the toppers say that you should start from 6 to 12, and some of them say do 11th only. Some of them say do 12th only, 11th and 12th. There are three viewpoints. Please pay attention. There are three viewpoints that are said. Some of them will say 6 to 12th. Some of them will say 11 to 12th. Some of them will say only 11th. ठीक है? Some of them will say only 11th. I'm talking about geography. I'm not talking about any other subject. Now please pay attention. Initially, I was of the viewpoint that only 11th is sufficient. Only 11th is sufficient. I was of this viewpoint. ठीक है? Only 11th is sufficient. That was my viewpoint. I don't recommend 12th class NCERT. ये जो 12th class के NCERT I don't recommend. But now what has happened? There are new NCERTs that have come from 6 to 10th. There are new NCERTs that have come from 6 to 10th. Okay, I'll also share the pictures of new NCERT. I will also share the pictures of old NCERT. Okay. New NCERTs are very, very good. 6 to 10th, new NCERTs are very, very good. They are brilliant, I must say. They are brilliant, that I must say. Okay? I'll tell you the difference between new NCERT and old NCERT. If you see, this is old NCERT now. Ye old hai. This is old NCERT. This is old. This is old. Okay? This is 6th old. This is 6th old. This is 7th old. This is 8th old. This is 9th old. This is 9th old. And this is 10th old. I don't recommend to read these books. I don't recommend to read this book now. What do I recommend? Read this book. Oh. What do I recommend? Read this book. 11th. Read this book. 11th. So read 11th. 2 11th NCERT, very, very important. Should we read 12th? Not needed. Very old data. Very, very old data, not needed. So एक चीज पे clarity है. One thing that we are clear upon is we have to read 11th. ये तो करना ही है. ये तो करना ही है. This is very, 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 very important. We have to do these two NCERTs. Very, 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 very important. After you have finished the class notes. After you have finished what you can also do is you can read a topic from class notes or compilation notes and read it from your NCERT. This is important, no doubt. This is important. But initially I was saying the old NCERTs, you can discard them. No Dipti, wait. Sirf 11th padhna hai, nahi. Old NCERT not needed, but the new NCERTs. So what? The new NCERT of class 6 to 10th and the 11th class 2 NCERTs. 11th class 2 NCERTs are important. Ma'am, what are the new NCERTs? I'll show it to you. I will show it to you. So this is your NCERT book. NCERT books. NCERT books. It's available free of cost. Class 6. Subject Social Science. Book title Exploring India, Exploring Society, India and Beyond. Exploring Indian Society, India and Beyond. This one I have drawn. I have also told Majid Hussain, GC Leong not needed. Vaishnavi. Okay. Majid Hussain GC Leong not needed. This class, can you see the figure? Can you see the ladies here? Can you see the river? Can you see this? Here also please pay attention. Here also please pay attention. Okay? Here also please pay attention. Only theme 1. I will open the 4 word for you. I will open the 4 word for you. Geography क्या है? इसमें only theme 1 is geography. Only theme 1 is geography. You can take this, available free of cost hai on the website, or you want to buy this, you can buy it for 65 rupees. It is available in the stores. Only theme 1, please pay attention, only theme 1 is geography. Yeah, there are E themes, only theme A is geography. Theme A. Okay, this is class 6th. This is class 6th. If I go for NCERT, I'm hand holding you like you are chinny minny kids. I am doing that. I'm hand holding you that you are like a chinny minny kids. This is class 6 ho gaya. Let's see class 11. Sorry, class 7. Let's see class 7. Again, social science. Again, exploring Indian society and beyond. This is class 7th. Oh, Hindi mein kyun hai? Class 7. Subject, social science. Exploring Indian society. Can you see Kautilya ji? You can see Kautilya ji. I will explain the 4 word also. Here also 7. Social science. Theme 1. Theme 1. So class 6 to class 10. Theme 1. Okay. Now, so what have we done? What have we done? I have made my point clear that new NCERT 6 to 10th, 11th NCERT, 2 NCERTs. 11th NCERT, 2 NCERTs. Is it fine? Have we understood what NCERTs? Have we understood what NCERTs? So what books? I have covered this point also. How much time will it take to cover the subject? There will be around 50 lectures. There will be around 50 lectures. Around 45 lectures. 45, 48 lectures रहेंगे. 45, 48 lectures will be there. Okay. So around 2 months. Yes, around 2 months will we take to complete geography. Fine. So we've done that. Now, what do I do in class? What do I do in class? What about the class notes? Please pay attention. As a teacher of geography or as a teacher of any subject, there are 2 methods in which we can study. There are 2 methods that you can study with. One method is I can consider you like a chinny mini kids and I can write notes. I can write notes. I will make you write notes. Or I can give you the PDFs. I can give you the PDFs. You can take a printout. You can take a printout. You can sit with a printout in the class. And then I can show you visuals better. I can explain the stories in a better manner. I can help you memorize things. I can help you memorize think. Okay? Now, what method do I prefer? I'll tell you. This is the method that I prefer. I give you the PDF. I give you the PDF before the class, and then you sit with a printout. This is the method I follow. I don't want you to write everything in your notes. Matlab, I don't want you to write every the, b, k, Devanagari script. No, I don't want you to do that. No, no lalmonium. Why? Because if I make you write, the coverage is only, the coverage is very, very less. The coverage gets less. The coverage gets less. As a student who is disciplined and sincere and who wants to cover more in the class, this is the method you should follow. We'll give you the PDF. I will explain each and everything. Nothing will be left that you will not understand. Yes, we can focus more on revision. And I will close this topic. I will give you 1 day before. I will give you 1 day before. Swaran, 1 day before you will get the PDF. That is for sure. You will get the PDF in the Telegram group. I will settle this debate here and once and for all. Okay? We will give you PDF. No, Saran. We will give you PDF. You will take the printout and we will sit in the class and we will revise. We will sit in the class. We will understand everything. I will show you visualizations. I will help you visualize things. I will help you memorize things. I will tackle your doubts. I don't want in the 3rd or 4th class people saying, ma'am, likha do, ma'am, likha do, ma'am, likha do. Please make us write, please make us write. No, I will give you the PDFs. You will get the PDF in the Telegram group. Apeksha, Shashi Kumar, you will get the PDF in the Telegram group. Is it fine? Okay? Once and for all, we will close this debate. I will not dictate. Monica, why do you need to know the imaginary things? Because this is geography. I am the teacher, I know what I'm doing. What is the timing of the class? The timing of the class is no, Monica. No. I am not imagining things. You wait for the class, no, Monica? Then you say, how can you comment before even attending the class? It is easy to study. Yes, wait for the class, Monica. When I say imagination, you should know how does the plate move? How are the mountains formed? How are the oceans formed? How does climate affect the landforms? You will have to think, you will have to visualize. Don't imagine. Visualization and imagination is different, Monica. I hope you understand the difference between visualization and imagination. So don't go for imagination, visualization, I'm saying. Sheikh, I will give you the PDF. I will not dictate, I will not make you write. Yes, Navya, it's visualization. You have to do that in geography. Okay? So this is what we will do. Okay? I have already shared in the initial part, Ramakrishna. You can scan. You can scan the code. Okay, so this is what we have. Do we have any other doubts? Yes, you have to visualize for geography. So this is what we have. I think I have covered each and every doubt. What about answer writing for mains? Answer writing for mains, I will do it when we are in the class. I will not tell you today the answer writing, it will become too much. When we have the class, I will do that for you. So this is what we have. The timing is 10:30 to 12:30 in the morning, right? I hope to see you in the next class then. Okay then, all of you, thank you so much for being the part of the session. It was lovely connecting with you all. I liked the session. I hope you also liked it. So all of you, thank you for being a part of the lecture. We will start off with the subject tomorrow. Today we have done a lot of orientation in lot details. I have tackled almost every doubt. Okay. So all of you, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Yes, adventure. Yes, adventure. Not all, but some of them. Not all, but some of them.